You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, and the same goes for your money. Troy Sutton talks diversification in this week's KTAB Financial Friday.
A court reporter shared this funny story. Attorney: how old is your son, the one living with you? Witness:
38 or 35, I can't remember which.
Attorney: how long has he lived with you?
45 years.
Okay. Sometimes we know what we're talking about and we're right. But sometimes we know what we're talking about and we're wrong. I saw an advertisement, again, from a well-known broker stating, "Why you don't need annuities." Okay. There are so many things wrong with that statement. I don't even know where to begin. A little boy asked his mother,
Mommy, where does milk come from? Well, from cows, the mother responded. The little boy thought, and then the little boy responded back and said, how do cows sit on those little bottles?
Sometimes it's better to let people think you're ignorant than to open your mouth and prove you're ignorant. Folks, diversity in investments is an important thing, including annuities. But it's not the kind of diversity you often think it is. Let's think about people riding on a bus. Different people, even some dogs and cats in the bus. But no matter where they're sitting on that bus, if it drives off a 1,000-foot cliff, who dies? Everyone on that bus. That's like saying, I'm diversified in my mutual fund, so I don't have to worry about my investments. Or,
my broker has me in a bunch of different stocks, so I won't lose money.
I recently had a conversation with a prospect nearing retirement, and I asked a very simple question. I asked, how much money are you willing to lose of your $250,000 when the market reverses? She looked at me, unwilling to give me an answer. I'm not sure why. I think it's a fair question to ask somebody who comes to you for advice. I suppose she figured I only wanted to give her a reason to move her money away from her beloved current broker, who put it all in one growth and income mutual fund. Her concern was fair because I would like to handle her wealth. But that doesn't automatically disregard any wisdom I've learned about wealth management over the last 20 years. In spite of her money being in a mutual fund and diversified, all of her money for nearing retirement is subject to the same amount of risks. All of her money is in one spot, the bus, and they're all subject to that volatility or risk of loss. Going over the ledge, if you will. So, how much money are you willing to lose in a market downturn? Is a fair question to ask. For you or anyone nearing retirement or in retirement. Out of $250,000, would you be comfortable losing 10%, $25,000, maybe 20%, $50,000, or when the market was down in the Great Recession, nearly 50%? How do you feel about losing $125,000 of your $250,000? Her money is poised to lose that kind of capital if she doesn't diversify outside of the market as well as inside the market. So how do you do that? Well, you utilize guaranteed fixed or indexed annuities, often to replace bonds for a variety of reasons. You could use hard assets that are not publicly traded, like income-producing real estate or collateralized loans. You could buy precious metals or own your own businesses to diversify and multiply income streams. There's a bazillion different ways to diversify. You could buy cash value life insurance for tax benefits and death benefits. Each one of these options is unique, with its own set of risks and its own set of rewards. So don't jump in blindly and instead speak with a qualified, experienced, and knowledgeable representative before making decisions. But at least have the conversation. Remember, folks, you don't choose investments. You choose risks. And not every investment has the same risk. But if you put all your money in the same mutual fund, all of it is subject to the same risk. Even if you put it in different mutual funds, it's still subject to market volatility and risk of loss. Am I saying you should pull your money out of the market? Heck no. No. But I am saying ask yourself the question, how much money am I willing to lose in the next market downturn? And then make a decision to diversify. After dinner one night, a mother asked her son Jimmy to fetch a broom from the back porch so she could sweep the floor. Complaining, the little boy said, "But it's dark outside there, Mother, I'm afraid." The mother responded, "It's okay, God is with you." Slowly, the boy opened the back porch door and he said, "God, if you're out there, could you hand me the broom?" Have the conversation. Get educated about what's out there in the dark and how to turn on the lights, and then get that broom. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, Troy. If you would like to contact Sutton Financial Group, they are located at 2449 South Willis in Suite 106. You can call them at 437-0709 or go to suttonfinancialgroup.com.